First store with all the posts and the shades and the Skullie Chronicles and the blogs that I've been doing for the past 2 to 3 days. And even right now that I'm making right now, y'all gonna learn to respect the sister today. It's 2025 and y'all gonna respect the sister today. Okay? So getting to the meat of the matter now, I've been keeping up with Lamont White, which is a gay dating coach. Nothing wrong with his occupation. However, everything is wrong with his gift, given the fact that, he's just your, what is it? He is just your barb, like flexing with a whole man while guiding people to find true love. You know? It's like if he was average, bald, and fat, and looking dusty, and doing the same shit he doing right now, I would have respected him more. I'm dead keeping it so honest. But because he's a pretty boy, and the fact that he's an Aquarius with me, and the fact that he's always flexing with his man on a live, yeah, I went there, and I'm not returning. So the thing that gets me is the fact that he's one of those bitter ones that I comment on, or even Billy Hood at this point, which he wound up cursing himself out, talking about the ones preaching sisterhood, but there's no fucking sisterhood at this point. He preaches a lot of sisterhood, he talks a good game, and then like fuck around. He gonna fuck around like and tell niggas to relocate for a nigga. And that's when I seen the whole shit as like a scam. Like his whole dating function, his whole whatever he into, whatever he doing with his husband, I'm starting to believe it's a scam because who in their right mind? I don't care what kind of life you come from or what you give or who you are. Who the fuck in their right mind would relocate for a nigga that gonna leave them 45 minutes later, if not 15 minutes? Now, I'm gonna tell you something about myself. Like, I dated this guy. He was in another state. I never wanted a relationship. I let it be known I was chilling. Took my train ride from the Bronx all the way to New Haven. His name is Darryl Hilton, by the way. And then, like, throughout the whole process, we chilling. Nigga was love bombing. He really wanted, like, I guess he wanted me under him or whatever. But, like, things went left. Especially once I was dealing with my issues with the sandbox nigga from my old way. So, I'm coming to him. I'm telling him what the fuck is going on. I'm going through all these motherfucking emotions and shit like that. He over here giving points and shit like that. Mind you, this nigga was love bombing. This nigga was, oh, you my boo, this and this and that, right? Talking about I always be there for you type shit. I presented to him a problem. Not once had he offered a solution. Instead, he doubted me. And then, with him doubting my streak and doubting who the fuck I am, he tried to handle me as if I'm a crazy person. And then he gonna look at the small stuff like I ate all the fucking cookies. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, ladies, cunts, and everything feminine, pedos included. When it's time for a love bomber to show up, they never gonna show up. For they always gonna choose the bag first. I was not in a relationship with Darryl Hilton. But since he was love bombing, I presented him a problem. He never offered me solution. I was couch hopping for 10 years, in and out of the shelter system. Not once had he offered me shelter. Not once had he offered me a solution. So what the fuck did I do? I canceled on him. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what happens when you deal with a love bomber. Okay? So why the fuck would I relocate for a nigga that gonna leave me within 45 minutes, if not 15 minutes. And on top of that, he gonna always choose the bag before me. Been there, done that. And I didn't necessarily relocate anywhere. I stood my funky ass in New York. You got me fucked up. There. I'm telling you from experience and the bullets that I've dodged and God dodged, and yeah, all that. What is the point? Especially if you coming from a family that worries. Like my mom worries. My mom will, my mom will still fuck around and bash my head with something. And she about to be 60 on July 13th, and I'm 37. Catch all the shade. Okay? So fuck around like I will take Rikers for 500, please, because I would definitely set myself to the point where I get caught instead of me dealing with my mom and her fucking wrath. Prison seems to be a little more forgiving when you come from a family that worries. Dead ass. You want to over here, y'all want to talk about, oh, I'm a mama's boy, this and this, bitch, bye. Fuck you. I am a mama's boy. I am a brat, blah, 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 blah. But I'm in my third crib, though, so is there something I need to say? Okay. So then, you know, what was I going to say? Oh, damn. The thing is, Lamont White, he will always talk about a nigga, you know? I mean, he is a gay dating coach, but not once had I heard him mention the bag, unless it's his bag. So this is the thing I'm going to tell you about the evil versions of the Aquarius. The evil Aquarius is perfect Patties that be gatekeeping, okay? Like every time I see Lamont White on his live or flexing with his husband, telling the people that you can get this type of love too, type of bullshit. You know, I also see that Lamont White looks really bored with his man. At this point, Lamont White, I got more in real life than you do in fucking education, textbooks, and your fucking whole career, even right up to your man's achievements put together. Okay? So, Lamont White, I'm sorry to say, you dead be looking bored, and I'm also gonna break this down to you. All them niggas that you secretly obsessing over behind your man's back, I caught them all. Bloods, Latin Kings, 5%ers, Crips in between, you name it. And I never manifested in men like that. However, they came my direction still. And drug dealers and all that. So it's like, Lamont White, you're so much of a perfect Pattie, so much of a goody two shoe, this and that, and you gatekeeping the process that, like, you over here wanting the type of niggas that I caught. Okay, it's written in your face that you're bored with your whole shit, and you want to live your second childhood, where you should have got it out of your system when you was a teenager. And you what in your 40s? I don't even give a fuck. You a millennial, Generation X, either way. You dying to live your second childhood because you had to be perfect Pattie that gatekeeps. Okay? Now, fuck around. The thing is, it's like, it only makes sense. Only time when it makes sense when somebody's to relocate is for a better opportunity, for the better bag, and for a better business. Never a nigga that's gonna leave you 45 minutes, let alone 15 minutes, and he gonna choose the bag over you. Stay safe. To all my badass and pedos and up and coming badass and pedos, stay safe. Never relocate for a nigga or even a bitch or a person that gonna leave you within 45 minutes, if not 15, and they always gonna choose the bag first. Mind you, they love bombing. Praise be to Jesus, right up to the ballroom. Amen.